Good morning, I am Jack. Welcome back to Log Cabin Firewood. Today is all about maintenance. We are going to change the oil in the Eastonmade Axis, the Eastonmade 916, and the Eastonmade SDK 24. Let's go. So I hope everybody's been doing amazing. It's another glorious day that the gods have given us. Thankful to be here. I'm thankful that you guys are here, and I'm blessed to have woken up this morning and been able to do everything that I wanted to do. And I hope each and every one of you can achieve everything that you want to achieve today as well. So we have the Eastonmade Axis, and I believe I have around 70 hours on this already. We got some 10W30 full sin. This is the high mileage stuff. They didn't have the regular full sin, just 10W30, so I grabbed this. Not gonna hurt anything. I'm not sure when the last time Mike changed this conveyor motor, so we're gonna go ahead and change it. And then I believe it was 68 hours on the 916. Oh no, my hour meter just reset. And I believe I have 68 hours on the 916. It looks like my hour meter stopped working. It's reset to 0 again for some reason. And I didn't press anything to make it change, so I don't know, that's cheap Chinese stuff. But here we go, let's change some oil, and we might split some wood. I'm sure there's gonna be a little bit of oil that's gonna come out on the frame of this, but that's all right. It's a piece of equipment. We have some rags with us. We'll just go ahead and wipe it down. I guess we can, you know, open up everything so it'll drain out properly. Oh yeah. No metal, so that's a good thing. We did get an oil filter for this too, so I could go ahead and crack that loose over here. I don't know if I could do it by hand, probably not. Do I got enough room to, there we go. Try and get both of them at the same time. It looks like they had a thread locker on here, and it just so happens that I have some in my little toolbox here, so we'll give her a little dab and put that on. I don't know if it's going to really work out very well because there's oil in the threads, but whatever. We'll see if it helps at all. I did go through and pre-fill this filter. Probably put a little too much in there, but be all right. Just have to work a little quicker to get it in there before it leaks out, right? We'll wipe her down and give her a good hand tightening. We went through and got all the oil changed in all 3 machines, and I am having a friend come over tomorrow. We're going to put this 7-way standard boxway wedge on the old dinosaur of a machine here. This is my 2019 Eastonmade 916, the first Eastonmade machine that I had purchased used on Marketplace. All my stuff I have purchased. I don't take handouts. I have gotten some deals, but everything here is Jack's. So there's some weird misconception on social media that if you start a YouTube channel, you get free stuff. I think those ships have sailed. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not sure if I would take something free. I'm not saying no, but at the end of the day, if somebody wants to offer me something to show, I really don't want to be tied down or locked into a company where I couldn't show somebody else's product to you and give an honest opinion about everything. I always want to pay something for my stuff, and that's just me. I don't understand. I've had some comments, you know, did Andrew hook me up or this and that? No. My hard-earned money has got me the stuff that I have here. And the good thing about Firewood is it took me 2 seasons to pay my 916 off when I bought it. 2 winters. I went around, I got all the free wood I could, and that thing paid for itself. I paid $8 grand for that. The Axis. I had another Axis that I did get a really good deal on. It was a used Axis, and it was, I believe it was a 2020 or 2021 model. It was the older version of this. It was actually Ohio Woodburners, and when Andrew gave Ohio Woodburner the new version, I called him right away and said, hey dude, what are you doing with that? Let's work out a deal on that used piece so that I can take it home and have an Axis, because I think a vertical splitter is crucial for bundle wood, and that's like all this, 99% of it's going to be bundles. There's a couple pieces in there that I just need to throw into a firewood pile, but most of it is all bundle grade. And when he came out with the new Axis a couple months after I purchased that at the Paul Bunyan show, I sat down with him and said, hey, look, I know I got a deal, and I don't want you to think I'm getting over on you, but I want to sell this machine so that I can buy the new one. And essentially, that's what I did. I turned around and sold that machine for what it was worth, and I made a good deal off of it. And, you know, Andrew pretty much said, when I asked him, he's like, well, I'm going to get the money, right? I was like, dude, you're going to get all of it. Whatever I get out of this other one, you're going to get that, you know, plus whatever I owe you. And, yeah, so that's the story with the Axis. You know, I bought a used machine at a good price and turned around and sold it to put towards this one. So I only had to come out of pocket a couple grand. And then this Eastonmade conveyor, this was K&L Firewoods. He got out of what he was doing with the large scale operation he wanted to do. I don't know why. I haven't really chatted with him about that, but life happens, and I know he's got some young kids, and I know he wants to spend more time with his family, and I think that's ultimately what he wanted to do. I don't have kids, no children. I've got a golden retriever, and that's about it. But yeah, I made Mike an offer on this conveyor, and he accepted, and I bought that. And then the MS324, I also ordered this when I ordered the Axis. So I did get this at the same time with the Axis. I mean, I did have to come out of pocket for this. But like I said, it was only a couple grand. Me buying that original Axis at a really good deal and selling it for what it was worth really gave me a good foot in the door to be able to upgrade myself and my wannabe business, my hobby, whatever you want to call it. I don't really do enough wood to classify myself as a business yet. I'm aiming towards it. Next year will probably be full-blown going where I want to be, especially if I keep getting wood the way I intend on getting it here soon. But yeah, like I said, just find stuff used would be my best option if you don't have the funds. Or work your tail off with a Troy-built 27-ton. I had one of those for 10 years before I bought this one, and that thing was awesome. That's also how I saved up a bunch of money, because I was selling a little bit of wood here and there, and I saved all that money. And I do a lot of scrapping. When I drive by these neighborhoods in the morning and I see a weight bench sitting out there because they got a new one, I'm pulling over and I'm throwing that bad boy in my truck. I can either turn around and sell it on Marketplace for a reasonable price, or I can scrap it. Old air conditioners, vacuum cleaners, you know, I'm not too proud to pull over in my $80,000 truck and go through your trash on the side of the road and then take it to the scrapyard and get a few beans. I save all my aluminum cans. I do drink adult beverages. I save all those cans. You'll never see me drinking glass. On rare occasions, I'll drink glass when it's a really good IPA. I love good craft beer. But yeah, proper maintenance is key to your equipment. You know, that's kind of where I was going for with this video. Change the oil in your stuff. You got owner's manuals, and if you don't, Google it, take a picture of the motor and send it to Google, and they'll tell you when your maintenance schedule should be. Honda has a really good maintenance schedule. Like, they have a whole app dedicated to their motors that can help you calibrate the idle and all that good jazz on those. I haven't looked for Vanguards yet, but I'm pretty sure it's about the same. And then the second part of the video, you know, I was talking about how I acquired this stuff. If you see a penny on the ground, don't be too proud to pick it up and put it in your pocket, even if it's on tails. Come up with some little ritual. kiss it, put it up your armpit, hang on to it so it's safe to put in your pocket if it's on tails. Scrapping is a great thing to do. Vacuum cleaners have a ton of copper in them. Some of the newer ones don't. They've got aluminum motors, the winding around the electric motor. But on rain days, I got a bunch of electric motors. I sit there and break them down. And I throw the copper into a pile, and then I throw the aluminum into a pile, and then I throw the steel into a pile. And once you get a truckload of it, throw it behind your shed or something for a while until you got a good truckload. That way you're not wasting a bunch of fuel going to and from your scrapyard. And shop around. If you've got multiple scrapyards around you, shop around, man. You don't have to go to the only one or the first one you see. Call them. If you've got a good amount of stuff, say, hey, look, I might have 400 or 500 pounds of this. What are you guys paying today if I bring it to you? Then call the next one. Hey, same thing. I got 400 or 500 pounds of this. What are you paying? This guy said he'd pay me that. They will work with you and try to get your business, because they are undercutting you. But I mean, they got to keep their lights on too and pay their employees. So they are paying, what it actually is. They're paying a percentage under spot of, metal weight. But still, I mean, it's a great option. And staying out of debt. That's probably one of the most crucial things that I could say helped me the most to be able to get some commercial equipment. I followed Dave Ramsey a couple years ago, The Total Money Makeover. I read that book, and boy, did it light a fire under my tail. I read that book and I realized how stupid I was being with all of my money. Going to Wawa or 7-Eleven every day and buying coffees and hot dogs and subs and chips and dip and everything I shouldn't be doing or putting into my body anyway. What was it? I think it was like $63,000 I paid off in 14 months. I worked every ounce of overtime I could. When work said, hey, do you want to work this weekend? Yes. Hey, do you want to work tonight? Yes. It was a lot of sacrifice. It was a lot of countless hours of work and not a lot of sleep. My sleeping would be in the back of the truck on the way from the job and, get home, take a couple hour nap and go right back to work, especially when I was traveling from Maryland to New York on the weekends. I was working Washington, D.C. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I was working New York Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it was incredible, the money I was bringing in. And I was very fortunate that it was offered. There's not a lot of overtime in a lot of places right now. And hopefully it comes back. I have zero overtime right now at work. But because I got myself out of debt and into the positive, I was, one, able to save some money. Two, I was able to afford some things to invest into myself. And three, I can go to sleep at night without that heavy feeling or burden on my brain that I've got a ton of debt, over my head. That stuff bothers me. It might not bother you, but I think that's, I think that bothers a lot of people more than you think. And we just don't talk about it. It's the American way. Just get a credit card, swipe it, max it out, get another one, keep going. No, not me. I do have a credit card I use for the business. I pay it off basically the next day. Once it shows on the statement, boom, it's paid off. And I'm not saying, and that's hard to do. I do know that's hard to do for some people. Not everybody has access to extra income, but I do think that everybody has it. I do think everybody has the option to work as hard as they can and do their best. And just because I paid something off in 14 months doesn't mean that it might not take you 5 years. That's okay. It's definitely okay to take take your time and pay things off. Just don't accumulate more debt while you're paying that stuff off. Attack it, get rid of it, start back fresh from zero, and buy whatever you want, or invest in yourself, or save, buy that house, buy that car with cash. I'm going to quit yapping. I hope you guys have a great day. Here's a little bit of beauty out here. This little butterfly. That's where I'm going to end today. Appreciate nature, appreciate each other, take care of each other, get out of debt, save some money, and I'll see you on the next one. We're going to use the 916 with a couple buddies, and we're going to finish splitting some maple. I will see you then. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. Thank you guys.